So the Rhythm Tribe, 4 generations of music. How do you feel to get to this point?
Honestly, it's really, really exciting. Just when I learned the fact that we had a full century of musicianship in our family really was an amazing experience. And
Yeah.
honestly, it had me really giddy to get into this.
It's definitely cool because, well, if I can speak for all of them, because I'm not a musician, like I don't play the guitar like they do. I don't shred on the drums like Esau does. But for them to be like it's like over 100 years of guitar musicianship. It's really cool how that gets repeated over the centuries. I think it's really awesome. Like I think it's one of the coolest things to see how the interest of guitar got passed down also as a hereditary trait. I think that's really
when I discovered
part of it. And then I sing and you're just like, okay, sure, just throw another one in there. And I happen to be related, it's pretty awesome.
When I growing up and I discovered my grandfather being a professional player, but it wasn't until later that I realized, or I learned how legendary he was, and how he was at the turn of the century going into the 1900s as a professional musician in Puerto Rico. And then when my father in the 40s and the 50s on the West Coast was on radio as a player, and me discovering those early recordings, and then myself become a recording artist, from 1990. And then it's weird because it's weird, like Mason, he never did anything if it wasn't a video game. But then for some reason, he picked up a guitar on his own. And about 4.5 years ago, I just kind of came and said, let's try and play this thing. And from there, it just evolved to us doing this project and being a family playing together, bringing Esau into it. It was that discovery of our legacy that also has built where we are now, because our music is very rooted in that over 100-year legacy.
What's the best part about working with your family?
I'd say the best part about working together is that you don't have to sugarcoat anything at all.
Yeah.
You keep it as blunt as you want, and it's great. Very, very harsh words have been shared between our group, and it's all accepted with love.
Oh, she kind of nailed it on the head, honestly.
I have to tell you, being able to play music with my kids is magic, is really, really magic. When we were first in the recording studio and I hear that, their voices and their playing, it's so overwhelming, because me, in 89, I recorded with my dad, and he had a certain look that he looked at me, and I didn't understand at the time, but in playing with them in the studio and realizing, wow, it's just this overwhelming love and not just pride, but just this feeling that we're all communicating in this way that it doesn't take language. It's really magical. And so I consider it an absolute blessing to be able to do this with my kids.
Things will never be the same again, 'cause you are